indeed the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Hey guys, what's going on? It is 4 o'clock on the dot. um, okay, we have our special Sunday podcast today at 4 o'clock. Yes, we did have to do it a little bit early based on some people's time frames that wanted to join. So that's why we're kind of doing it a little bit early today. So we will be covering our last day of NFTs. So I'm hoping a lot of our content creators come in and give us a little show, because I know a lot of them have been releasing some really cool work. And I am now getting some outer bans from Ida. Oh boy, here we go. So hopefully we are able to stay live. But yeah, so I see that our own Tampa Kurt is in here, and we have Avid in here. So if you guys do want to come up and talk, you guys definitely can while I wait for our special guest to arrive, which I'm hoping that is soon. Because I do know that Spaces has been kind of funny, so that's why I'm trying to get it tweeted out and everything so everyone can see that we are live. So yeah. So those that don't know, last night my husband got into the NFT space. He dropped his first NFT, which was pretty cool. Then he's working on a few others. So, and it's all through the Algorand website and stuff. So I'm very curious to see what happens. Let's see. I can't say anything. I just have to wait at this point. So I don't know. I guess the big question is if I can ask anybody, what the biggest takeaway was of the past week. No one's got anything for me. Okay. I would say the biggest takeaway for me is learning about the different cryptos that can be used to mint the NFTs. I actually didn't know that. Citadel's here. He has flown in. I'm going to invite you to speak. Yeah, learning all the different like cryptos for the NFTs and everything has been epic. Hey, Citadel.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Just another day in paradise. How's things?
Not too bad. We just got some of the outer bands for Ida, which is really odd given how far away we are from Louisiana.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to miss miss.
What was that?
I think my phone just cut out. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
There, because Mrs. Citadel Air, if you will, is in Florida presently.
Oh, she's a little further inland. So yeah, I mean, maybe it is just a regular pop-up, but I knew we were supposed to get some outer bands tonight, so it doesn't surprise me too much.
Good times had by none.
So do you have anything new for us? Do you know anything about NFTs?
Only the fundamentals, and because I feel like I'm coming into the part 3 of 3 in the series, my input would be limited compared to probably what's already been discussed.
All input is welcome. You never know; new pieces could always be discovered.
This is true. I'm not as well versed as others, though. That I'm certain of.
Rensole's in here. Hey, Rensole. We're all starting to come in. I did send you an invite to speak, Rensole. Oh, and he's gone again. He usually has some problems pretty early on, for sure. So I did send you a list of things that we've covered, so maybe you can look over them real quick, and so you can know what talking points that we can have. We've had, let's see, we've had the Poopsie Gang on. We've had, oh my gosh.
Where did
Baloney.
where did you send me the list? Was it text or Discord or carrier pigeon?
Carrier pigeon, always. I sent it like, a week ago when I couldn't get a hold of it. I'm just kidding. Hey, Rensole, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I am listening to the rain right now. Which it wouldn't seem normally like a good thing, but it's been like a week since we've had rain, so it's a good thing.
It's the best thing to happen at night. Flat roof, rain, best thing ever.
Do we know anything about unusual whales?
I have not heard from him yet, but it could be that he's joining later. Just can't say for sure.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so we will kick this fun thing off with Rensole. Rensole, I know you have some exciting news that some people might not know about. Would you like to share?
Yeah, not exactly sure how to bring this, but I've recently joined the Unusual Whales team officially.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
So wonderful. And what are you doing with Unusual Whales?
At this point in time, we're currently looking to expand what we're used to do. What he used to do, just the flow and bring news about it. But Unusual Whales is somebody just like us who's very passionate about bringing a fair market and having people held accountable for the things they do, they say. And for example, Pelosi front running a lot of stuff, and we want a fair market. So we're currently trying to actually create a very active community on Reddit, which after the first week, we have honestly done an amazing job. A lot of people have joined in, they've joined the conversation, and we kind of have a very basic mission, and that is simply to help everybody as much as we can. Every retail trader should have the same information as a hedge fund or a corporation or the Senate. And we want to go there and keep helping that flow of information going.
And that's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. So did you reach out to him or did he reach out to you?
Actually, I'm not sure. I've talked to him for a while, so it's basically as much as I know Lady Love Song or Citadel Air or Batted a Bone, for example. He's a moderator of Supersong right now, but he's also a friend I used to just hang out with and chill. So I'm not entirely sure where our contact actually started.
Rensole, forgive me. I've been off Reddit and Twitter for a hot minute, but what is the sub so that I can go scope it out and join?
It's our unusual underscore whales.
Awesome, thank you.
And we're the thing is with Supersong, it's I used to moderate there for people who might know or not know.
You don't say.
Yeah. And one of the few hiccups that I ran into is that it was only focused on GME itself. While I personally believe that the problems itself that we're currently seeing in the market, the front running, the acting on information that retail does not have, does not just start and stop with GameStop. It's a wider, bigger problem, which I'm extremely passionate about and I really want to address. And that's why we set out to create Reddit. We created a Discord. We basically make it so that people can communicate and say like, hey, there was a certain act in 1999 that made it out, was outlawed to make derivatives a gambling thing. And Gary Gensler pulled that, and that recently came out. Now, if you went to Superstar and you wanted to talk about it, it would be good. But the moment you would veer away from GameStop itself, it wouldn't be that much of a crowd there that would be engaging with it or be interested in it. And that's what we want to create. We want to create a subreddit, a community that is basically like Superstonk, that is, it's friendly, it's nice, it's kind, that we have a community that can support each other and help each other learn and grow forward and do more and more and more. And we don't want to focus on a single stock, but the market as an entirety.
Yeah, and Rensole, you know I've always been a big fan of your work. So, buddy, I am so excited for you. Like that is completely just epic, and I look forward to seeing what you do with a big group like that. I really do. Like, I know
Thank you.
it's gonna be weird time zones. I know that for sure, but
Oh yeah, a lot
hopefully,
of late nights for me.
you know, I would say that too. But you know, 4 o'clock seems to be my bedtime anymore. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
Yeah. So do you have any more questions?
Not right this second. I am perusing and catching up on everything that is unusual. Whereas this is you've already got quite the following. I'm pretty stoked.
Jamaica, do you have any questions?
Hey, Ken, I just wanted to stop in and say hi. We're about to get a huge storm here. I saw the NFT space. I was going to come in and try to kind of promote my NFT. If that's okay. If not, I will take it down.
100% promote your NFT. If you have a tweet that you want to put up in the nest, you go for it.
Yeah, I just put a link up there to it. So I'm creating NFTs of pictures of lightning that I personally have taken. Any picture that I create or mint into an NFT is going to be a picture that I personally have taken. That one that's posted up there is the main one. It is by far the best one that I've ever got. It has a double lightning strike, and if you zoom into it, you can see it like all up through the clouds and the different branches. But I like pictures of lightning because in and of themselves, they're one of a kind. You can never have two pictures that are the same of lightning. So I figured minting an NFT, which is a one of a kind thing, would just make it doubly one of a kind.
Thank you for sharing. That is a really cool picture.
Oh, and if anyone didn't see, I also made an NFT of JP Longneck Merc.
Yeah, I saw that. You shared that the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, he posted something about wanting someone to make it into an NFT, and I was like, I got you. Hold on a few minutes. And then I posted it, and he was like, "That's freaking awesome." I'm like, "Well, you need to promote it. Like, buy it, man. Shit."
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, that's exactly what you need to be doing. I mean, just get in any of these NFT spaces. Like, there's so many collectors that are just perusing around these. So just, yeah, get out there and start getting them out for sure.
Yeah, and I haven't been. That's kind of my bad on not trying to get it out there. But I mean, if a blank NFT that's supposedly an invisible rock can sell for 4 Ether or 4 Ethereum, I mean, a one of a kind picture of lightning should be able to sell for a little bit.
So what got you into shooting lightning? Like, I feel like that's really dangerous.
I don't know. Like, I've always been amazed by. It started when I was younger. Before I went overseas, a tree in my backyard in North Carolina was called a Poe tree. These things are huge. They're just massive. They get these huge, orangey, purpley flowers on them. Oh, there's some lightning. There's the thunder. um, it Jesus, that was kind of loud. Sorry about that. It blew
Wait, do you live next to me? Because we both just had thunder at the same time.
I don't know.
We probably do.
What state are you in?
Florida.
Oh no, we're miles and miles apart.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, I'm in PA.
Oh, burr.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like ever since I saw it, like it hit that tree, it blew it completely apart. Like the top of this thing was about 150 foot wide, and like it went down over my neighbor's house. She was a nice old lady. But like the base of the tree, so the 75 foot all the way down to the ground was shattered. When I say shattered, it literally exploded. I guess whenever the lightning hit the tree, it instantly like made the sap into pretty much mini explosions. So it blew like 4 foot, 5 foot chunks of this tree, 2 neighborhoods over. And I was amazed by the power of it. And I mean, watching lightning storms for me is kind of relaxing. Just being amazed at that amount of power. I don't know. It's just cool. Like watching what it does, seeing all the little branches, getting shots of when lightning connects to the little, electrode that's coming up from the ground, which that's really rare. I have not got one yet. I'm trying to, though.
What are you using to capture this imagery? Because I have failed many times trying to capture, even with some high-end Nikons back in the day. But this was before the advent of the digital SLRs. But I was never very successful.
Actually, that picture and most of the ones that I'm going to be making into NFTs were taken with an iPhone 6, and then an iPhone 10.
No
Oh,
joke, huh?
that was a nice one. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, there's an app. It's gonna get loud for a second. Whew.
Only on the
Okay,
Bull
so
House podcast do we bring you like live weather.
that's right. There's an app. It's actually, let me find it. It's called iLightning Cam 2, right? And you can set it for, I paid for it. It's like honestly some of the best $4 I've ever spent. But it takes control of the actual shutter. So whenever it senses a flash, it instantly starts taking groups of photos. So it'll take a group of 4, 6, 8, or 16. And it using the sensors in the iPhones and stuff, it recognizes the flash. Sorry, it recognizes the flash sooner than the human eye can. So it'll instantly start taking groups of photos whenever it senses a flash. And that's how I was able to get a bunch of those photos.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we
indeed.
can hear you.
Welcome on.
Right on. Cool. So I have a question about this NFT. I've been following a little bit for a while, and how do you price it, and like where do you like if you have it's obviously a photo, it's not transferable unless you pay, buy it, purchase it, and so like if you have an NFT, like how do you start with your NFT? How do you start this whole process?
You find something you want to mint, and you go to a site like OpenSea, or there's a few other ones, and you mint it. So you put that physical picture on the blockchain.
Okay, and then this is based off Ethereum, right? Or does it matter?
Yeah, it's the Ethereum blockchain. You can do some others on smart contracts on like the Binance chain and stuff, but
All right, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate the info. Thank you.
Thanks for coming up. Yeah, guys, if there's anyone down in the audience that wants to come up and talk or promote your guys' NFT stuff, don't hesitate to come up here. It's kind of what our last day is about, is promoting the NFT content creators. We are just waiting for a couple people, and then we can make our announcement.
hey, Ken, I'm not actually going to hop off here. It's starting to pick up really good. I'm going to set up my camera and hopefully get some more pictures.
For sure, for sure. I hope to see them very soon.
Thank you for letting me come up and kind of promote that. If somebody wants one, feel free to message me and we can talk about, a price for it. I'm really just trying to get them out there at this point.
I appreciate you making me go get some good pictures. Hey, Radio, what's going on?
Oh, hey. Yeah, I just had one thing to add. We've done a lot of technical talking, but something that is on my mind, especially this morning and yesterday, is just pay attention to what's going on with these marketplaces. Competition is really heating up between them. When I started to begin to list my first work, I was unable to. I didn't have the liquidity to put up, 150 in gas fees per picture, so I had to go to Mintable. I know Rick Sanchez. He has faced the same situation as well, and so we went to Mintable, and within 24 hours of listing my first collection, the next day OpenSea offered that WETH token for zero fee, lazy minting, the zero fee minting, as kind of a reaction to that. And so you're kind of seeing like them scramble for to not only maintain their market share, but grow their market share. And, I noticed today that the WETH token is actually not, the zero fee minting is not an option, or it's not an option that you can easily find. Like they're really promoting zero fee minting, and so and then there's the OpenSea outage that lasted for a little while yesterday. And then I think their developers had posted saying, we're basically running 50% of our developer crew. We need people. We'll give you an ETH token if you can recommend developers. We need to build our team. So they're all kind of like, struggling under the weight of this new user base that's, come in and kind of taken everything by storm. So just keep your ears open, follow those marketplaces, see what they're offering, see what kind of incentives they're putting out there, see who's performing well, who's investing in their staffing, who's making investment in, infrastructure improvements. I was looking at some of the indexing, posted the other day about like how are they indexing? Because you post a collection, it doesn't show up for like 24 hours because some of them don't really have indexers in place. You're doing live search queries on the fly, and if your infrastructure is buckling under the weight, like your query's not going to complete. And so anyway, uh, I guess my point is, they're raising the bar on each other, which is good for us. Competition is great for the end user. So just see what incentives they're putting out there, and really, put your collections where you've got the best offerings. And OpenSea isn't the end all be all. I mean, the interface is good, or well, I would say it's what folks are used to. There's definitely some things about Mintable that are buggy, but OpenSea is buggy as well. So just don't get yourself locked into one marketplace because that's the first place you uploaded a collection. Be open to uploading your portfolio elsewhere if what they're providing. If they're the ones who are setting the standard and everybody's catching up to them, just keep your eyes out for that. Because it's changing. I mean, it's changing every hour, honestly.
Do you
That's
have
it.
any recommendations as to like ones? I mean, obviously not specific advice, but like ones you've used in the past, or there. I mean, obviously the the market's changing daily, hourly, as you said. But if good, bad experiences in general, just for folks who are just getting started.
No, I mean I'm a total noob. I mean I just listed the other day for the first time. It was like 3 days ago. So and then it was Mintable and then OpenSEA and then back to Mintable and then now I'm back on OpenSEA. So I have my portfolio split. I do want to try Rarible. So the next portfolio that I upload, I'm going to put it there and just see how it goes. Um, I would say there isn't anything that stands out as like, I mean, when I started, the gas fees and the no zero fee minting option being totally absent from OpenSEA, I feel like that was a huge problem, which they changed within 24 hours. So, um, you see them making these like iterative changes and being able to adjust really quickly. So that's good. I wouldn't say there's any one thing that's like a standout feature that sets them apart. There's things that are different. Like, Mintable's total lack of an indexer is sucks because you'll go to send somebody a link to your collection and they'll click on it. It's like it's empty. It's like, yeah, the indexer is gonna take 24 hours to catch up, bro. So I would say they have different shortcomings and they're all scrambling to capture that market share. And it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out ahead. I mean, not to say that somebody will be the lead, but I think OpenSea is ripe for a takeover. And unfortunately, if they don't get their shit together, you know, they're going to start carving off pieces of their market share, Variable and Mintable. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I mean, there's a lot of marketplaces out there. So I would say those three are the primary. I would give them a shot. And if you have the ability to separate your collections, just see which one you like the best. And then make sure you're following those Twitter handles and you're just keeping up on the news because it really is changing every damn day. So yeah, no, new, but hopefully that helps. Rarible, Mintable, OpenSEA. Just keep yourself up to speed on the news there.
I do have a question from our YouTube chat. Tampa Kurt's wondering, is there a particular software NFT artists like to use to create, or do you use something, well, something simple like Microsoft Paint 3D? I did not know Microsoft Paint came in 3D, but I'm a Mac guy,
Ooh,
so forgive me.
that's a loaded question. Yeah, I mean that's yeah, I don't know. I creating or like portfolio prep or you're kind of whatever. It's kind of open-ended question. I mean, some people are doing, some people are rendering, some people are using, an iPad, some people are using a Surface. some people are taking pictures of paintings. I think that's kind of hard to quantify because I think that the question is too open-ended. But is there something specific you were aiming at? Like if I wanted to do this, how would I achieve that?
It was very open. It quite literally was, is there a particular software NFT artists use to create NFTs? And obviously that could be, I mean, like Rensole used to do, like, he didn't put it out yet, but he's doing a 3D model of me, which
Oh,
is going to go for like 7 figures. So that's on the down low.
I actually know what you're saying. There isn't something that there is not a medium that is unique to it being an NFT. So don't attach those things together. You'll confuse yourself. So pretend NFTs are not a thing. Okay, just you're an artist, you're creating physically, digitally, you've got some output, you've got a final product. That's where NFTs come into play. Now you're completed. Now how do you turn that into an NFT? And an NFT is just a smart contract that is based, has a cryptographic hash that's unique and doesn't change once you mint it. So it's like, you're taking something that you just made and you're tattooing it, you know, that's, I mean, you're tattooing it and the tattoo has a set of criteria that lists, how much it is. And, that's probably the best way to think about it. But there's not a medium that you have to use in order to be able to create an NFT. I mean, one could argue that physical has a huge limitation there because, either you're taking a picture of it or you're slapping a QR code on the back that goes to your hash, or somebody said the other day that they're talking about embedding, microchip in the back of a physical painting that would allow, that would be the unique identifier, and that would create the one-to-one relationship with a physical painting and the cryptographic hash itself. But and I mean, a lot of people are speculating too that GameStop's going to start selling, vintage consoles, and there's going to have to be some sort of, it's not even a barcode, but there's going to have to be something that can't be reproduced easily, that associates that physical item with the blockchain record. So does that make sense?
Gotcha, understood. No, I think yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. That covered, that absolutely covered the question. Thank you.
Sick. All right.
So if I,
Proceed,
I'm a
my
little
friend.
bit, I'm sorry. My brain is as smooth as jelly bean. So as far as I understood, NFTs can be anything because there's a huge difference between intrinsic and extrinsic value. And basically, in the end, as long as you can put it on a digital blockchain, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a painting. It doesn't have to be a video. It can be everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So I personally feel like, I mean, for me, what makes the most sense for me is NFTs are smart contracts. It's a token. It's non-fungible, but it's a token that contains a set of rules and criteria for that object. And then also the price is subjective. It fluctuates based on supply and demand. So NFTs are really just smart contracts. You say, this token has this set of criteria that's built into it. It's written into the code. It's immutable. It's written into the blockchain, unless somebody changes the properties of that smart contract. But and at the time of exchange of that NFT, the smart contract criteria is executed, and the smart contract can kick off workloads. I mean, you can execute, you can kick off automation, or you can kick off a workload and logic, if then else statements. And, and the marketplace does just that. It's, bid, confirm, initiate transaction, complete, transfer, wallet funds. That's all smart contract. And even, I don't know if any of you guys have listed on OpenSea yet, but this zero fee minting is done with a WETH token, and people are like, whoa, I don't want to own a WETH token. I wanted Ethereum. Why is this WETH token here? And the WETH token is not a currency. The WETH token is the smart contract. So you're saying, hey, I'm gonna mint this NFT for $0. It wraps the ETH coin in a WETH token, which is the contractual language and the criteria, which states we're only going to unwrap your ETH coin once you meet the criteria, once you pay the transaction fee and the gas fees. Then it's unwrapped and the ETH token is released. So we're using token interchangeably, but a token can be a smart contract with a set of criteria built into it, a rule set that has to be executed in order for an NFT to be transferred from wallet to wallet or wallet to platform. I mean, basically, anytime the chain is modified or it's removed from the chain, inserted into another part of the chain, that's where you get the gas fees, and that's where you get your smart contract criteria is executed when those changes are made.
Thank you for all
Hopefully,
of that.
I'm not rambling.
It's great. I've gotten actually quite a few messages saying, thank her for providing so much information because people are looking to get into it. So I appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah, and anybody, I mean, you can DM me anytime. I just did a little very quick call with somebody new to some of this. And so if you want to chat or nerd out, you can just DM me and we can talk for 15 minutes or whatever, or an hour. I don't give a shit.
I appreciate that, Radio. It's always awesome to hear you. Because I mean, you've just grabbed onto it so fast. That's incredible.
Thanks. Well, yeah, I mean, I have the blockchain certification, so like the fundamentals are there, but this is wild. I mean, it's wild. It's really, really, really cool to see. And yeah, I mean, the first day I was on Twitter, which is, I sound like Gary Gensler. I've been here for a week. Somebody said, "Oh, like NFT world, like 8 hours in the real world is like 5 minutes in NFT world." And I was like, that's a bit dramatic." And they're not wrong. I mean, it's changing really fast. So it's been very cool to watch. And I finally got some good sleep last night, just like it's so exciting. It's hard to like tear yourself away and go to bed. It's like, what am I gonna miss? And you have all these friends, it's fun. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you feel free to hit me up and we can talk about whatever. So
I might actually take you up on that because like Citadel Air said, I create 3D models and mostly as freelancer or as hobby, and I make drawings and art and stuff like that. But I'd really love to get into the entire NFT thing because I think
yeah.
so much there that we still don't know yet, and that's still possible with NFTs because I see this may sound stupid, but I see video games or skins or characters eventually being sold as NFTs or something
Oh yeah.
along those lines.
No, they absolutely will. They absolutely will. It's I mean, it's in a top secret roadmap somewhere, guaranteed. The other thing I was going to say too, for everybody on this call, even if you don't have art to slang, like everyone should, get your exchange, Kraken, I would recommend Coinbase or Criminals, get get a MetaMask wallet. MetaMask is doing very well. And then start poking around at the marketplaces, and you can look at cheap artwork. I mean, I would encourage everybody to pick up something for even a small amount that you like, and you're not in a bidding war. You don't have to spend $600,000 on a CryptoPunk to play in this space. Just pick up anything, and if you've got some old artwork laying around, like, dust it off and put that shit up there. I mean, just get your toes wet. I wouldn't sit back and kind of wait for something to happen to you. I would get in there, make a small purchase. I mean, you can put $100 in your MetaMask wallet. You can do a lot with that. And really, $100 is going to get you a really strong fundamental understanding of what's happening. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a millionaire with your artwork. That's community driven. That's going to take some time to build. But man, yeah, get that shit going. It's pretty fun. You definitely don't want to be, let's say you see something that you really have to have, and you have no idea how it works. You really want that thing, and you're coming up from you're in the negative, trying to ramp up and get up to speed. Like, just get in there. I would recommend that for everybody. And you actually you don't have to have an exchange. If you just wanted to start with MetaMask, you can transfer funds directly from a credit card and get ETH coins. The thing that you can't do without an exchange is you can't then get those coins back out for USD fiat currency. So
Hey, Radio,
Is
thank you
this
for that. I think
uh,
that's like, usually a lot of people starting in this space, especially with realistically 1% of the world is in NFTs right now or less, right? So
yeah.
it's still super duper early. And even for myself, like kind of getting started in this space, it really started with jumping on Twitter for the first kind of, time,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing some people and listening to these spaces and kind of hearing the way people talk about it and the cool utilities behind, whether it's the community that's backing that particular project or it's the utilities behind it that provide some cool, whether it's intrinsic value or just fundamentals. And I bought my first one just because I liked kind of the art. I bought my second one just because I heard a lot of people in the Discord were really popping, and I bought a third one of a different project just because the utilities were really cool financially, and all of them end up making profit for the most part. You know what I mean? Or if it's not, just kind of hold it on for the long run because we're still
Yeah.
super early into this whole thing.
Yeah. No, it's friggin' awesome. Yeah, I did not intend to. I got on Twitter for GameStop, and I did not intend to be doing and participating in all this stuff, and it's pretty amazing. It's really exciting. I feel inspired, like I'm invigorated. It's awesome. So yeah, get in there, be a part of the communities, follow some of these top NFT users, read about, if you're like, oh man, this marketplace is being weird, I can't search, like look that up, go look at people's Git projects, like get in there, just like totally immerse yourself. It's awesome. Don't be scared. It's a confidence game. Honestly, I mean, don't do anything retarded, but it is a confidence game. Like if you want to know how it works, get in there, and there are people that will help you. Everyone is I will help you, So, yep. Dive into the deep fucking end of the pool.
Couldn't have
Yeah,
said
my
it better
favorite part
myself.
is a lot of people are so welcoming in this space, and I've just noticed, like, when you have questions about whether it's jumping into the cryptocurrency aspect of how you make payments or setting up a MetaMask, or you're wondering, what's a cheap price for an NFT, or what's a cool project, or what makes a project cool. There's so many people in this space and in other spaces, right, where you can actually ask those conversations
Yeah.
and ask those questions, and people will like give you full great depth answers. Like I had this one space where someone really wanted to buy this NFT. He didn't know the first thing to do and how to do it, and the whole space was walking through that process. And I promise you, that person asking those questions was not the only people
Yeah.
wondering how to do that. And there's people in the listening aspect of it that are like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this, boom boom
Yeah.
boom boom boom, and they're getting the same thing.
Yep. No, it's true. And you know what? I posted this the other day. It was like a little touchy feely, but I really do feel this way. It's very symbiotic. It's like we need the art community as much as the art community needs us. And I've never seen that before, right? Like they're like, well, we don't know how your blockchain works, but we know art and we know we need you. And then it's like, we're like, well, we know how to do the technical stuff, and we're not creative, and we're dry as shit. And but we can help you achieve that, and we can hear your feedback. Um, and the momentum and like the inertia that's been created between these two, like previously, and not for everybody, but previously like disparate cultures, is cool, and it's truly symbiotic, and it's awesome because yeah, you'll hop on a call with I got on a call yesterday, and these women were so fancy. I mean, like artists, like like everything. They see beauty in everything. They're like talking really gently, and I just felt so rough around the edges. I think I had like a tall can of Budweiser, and I was like, I felt really out of place, but within like 5 or 10 minutes, like I didn't. I was like, we need each other, and everyone is welcoming. Like, and normally I'm the one. I'm like, I know IT. Like I'm, I'm up here, you're down there, and it's not like that. Like it's not like that. It's awesome. So yeah, join spaces too. Like, I mean, I've even gotten on some AMC spaces that like I get right out of because it's like kind of scary, but that they're really fun though. You know, you've got the Poopsie gang. I mean, just get into the spaces as well. So I could keep talking for a really long time, so I would like to stop.
Hey, Rensole, do we have an ETA, or is he not able to join us today?
I don't think Wills is able to join us today. If it changes at all, I'll let you guys know. But as it looks right now, he's quite busy.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to say, do you want to help us with our announcement for it?
Feel free to do it.
I mean, I figured, you being part of them and all, you can. I would love for you to be able to say it because I think it would be awesome.
Okay, I have no idea because I did not prepare for this. I thought you guys were going to do it.
No. Okay. So we did get an invite to be sponsored by, partnered up with, kind of in cooperation with the BULLHOUSE and Unusual Whales. Actually, I'm so excited about it. Like I can barely speak. Like I've been dancing around the house and just over elated. Like Rensole, when you guys reached out to us about it, it was. I honestly was like, when Lady had to tell me, she was like, they want to talk to us about this, and I was like, they want to do what? Like she has this tendency to call me when I'm asleep and tell me things. I was like,
Sounds familiar.
I was like, you're gonna have to run that past me a few more times. What? But no, I am super stoked that you guys reached out and want to help the BULLHOUSE, and we will do everything we can to also help Unusual Whales because you guys are just killing it on every front. But
Thank you.
yeah. So
Where's the funding coming from for Unusual Whales, if I might ask?
Most likely his business.
Okay, cool.
The thing is, Unusual Whales has a paid service, of course, but apart from that, I'm not here to sell people on that service at all. I'm here to make people aware on the community. And one of the parts of the community, or one of the pillars that we wanted to have, and we kind of saw this in other communities, but it was lackluster. It's usually 3 or 4 well-known community managers, like for example Matt Kors or Trade Stray, and these guys get all the press and they get all the attention, while there are hundreds, if not thousands, of users and groups just like the BULLHOUSE who put in way much equal amount of work, or maybe even a lot more work, but
Right.
they don't get a lot of recognition. And we want to change that. We want to reach out. We want to help smaller, medium, and larger creators, basically creators of all sizes, to have a place and to give them a place and help them along their way.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because when she said sponsoring, BULLHOUSE or incorporating into, I was just curious if it was a business model that was it sounds like it's membership, fee driven, or if there's some, mysterious backer, but
No,
you answered my question. So
they're
thanks.
they're not paying us. It's more of a you scratch our back, we scratch your
Right,
back.
right, right,
Yeah,
right.
we're and
Yeah.
Unusual Whales and I, we've been we followed each other from January, February. We've
Yeah.
been tracking each other, and
Well,
so
this is the OG crew right here. Yeah.
and it's been amazing to see how fast he's grown and just the amazing work that he's put. I actually remember when he goes, guys, I think I'm over my head, because he wasn't sleeping. Like Rensole, I'm sure you remember those tweets when he was like, I need to sleep, and we're like, yeah, go to sleep. And so it's when he started growing his group, and it's phenomenal to see. Like I'm so excited for what he has in store, and Rensole, you being a part of it, that was a great choice, because you're just, I wish I had your brain.
Thank you. But
That's
for
cool.
me, it was
Congratulations, you
literally,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
But for me, it was a no-brainer because I know after the entire Super Stonk drama thing, which I still have no idea why I'm called a shell because of it, but
Oh Lord.
c'est ça. The thing is, everybody that's followed me or known me since the beginning of GameStop knows that I am extremely ethical. Like, I have my morals. It's black or white for me. It's not a little gray area. It's either good or it's wrong. And that's one of the reasons I got really attracted to the entire idea of what Unusual Whales presented. Like the entire freedom of information, everybody being on the same page, everybody getting the same deal, everybody getting the same data, and everybody gets freedom to act on that as they wish. And he could have made everything behind the paywall, but he actively chose to be like, nah, you know what? We're going to create a community and we're going to give that strength and backing and help those people and help everybody around us. And basically helping us by helping others and vice versa, and making sure that everybody has a welcoming place to start, even if you don't know where to start, like Radio said a minute ago, or I believe Abraham did with the crypto space, that welcoming feeling that you don't have to be ashamed to ask a dumb question like, hey guys, I want to buy a dividend stock, but I have no idea on how to do that. Like, create a place for that so people can go somewhere.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Bullhouse has been doing too. Like, I love that there's been so many of us that have done that. Like, you know, yeah, there's certain things, yeah, you do have to put behind a paywall, because at the end of the day, if we want to keep doing this as our full-time job, we have to make something, right? And, you know, and that's where it's like, you know, the only thing right now that the Bullhouse might make money on is our YouTube, which I think YouTube's messing with me, because yesterday we needed 20 hours to get into the partnership program. We need 5 now. So I feel like there's some kind of funny, I don't know. But yeah, it was, I looked at that last night and I was like, really? 5 hours? Let's go. We can do that tonight. But no, so that's literally like, you know, our Discord will always be free. My Twitter Spaces, I cannot believe they're trying to monetize Twitter Spaces, but hey, teach their own. Twitter Spaces will never be monetized. You know, I'm building our website and our magazine. You know, a good portion of that will not be monetized. You know, I want education and financial literacy to be free to whoever. I don't care how much money you have in your bank. If you have $1 or $500, you need to be able to be financially literate.
Yeah.
And that's, I love that. Like,
That's the same mission as we got. We just want to make, like, if you look at our education system, like, if you look at it in Europe, if you look at it in America, Africa, Asia, it doesn't matter. It used to be a thing, like, at the end of the month, how do you balance a checkbook? How do you balance your accounts? How do you invest? That used to be some part of our curriculum, like, way long ago, but it used to be part of it. And that financial literacy has gone away somewhere in the past 20 to 30 years. And we kind of want to bring that back, give people the option of making their own decisions again. And we have seen so much bullshit come out from CNBC and Fox News and all other news stations saying, oh no, GameStop is over, it's a dying company, blah, blah, blah. While if you look 5 minutes into it, you'd realize, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot more here than what they're saying. And we kind of want to take that power away from them and make the user self-reliant and help them become their own masters of finance, or whatever you want to call it. But just, you know, be there for a community and create a community and make sure that community thrives and helps each other.
that's 100%.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know entirely the project that you guys are doing, but just kind of hearing you guys' philosophy behind it, it sounds like you guys are really going to do well, because you guys got those principles and those core values that a lot of people, when they go into these type of projects, they kind of think of the money first, but it sounds like you guys are thinking about your clients first and what is the best interest for them and what is the best interest for how to get them into that next, you know, that next platform, whatever they might be looking for. And you're really creating a service that way, especially touching on even that, the financial aspect of it. Like, not everyone has that kind of money where they can kind of jump in and say, okay, here's this huge premium service I'm providing. Here's, you have to pay a premium to $1, right? Whereas I feel like if you grow as a company, there's nothing wrong with having more things that you can do that you might charge, because, you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with paying a little bit of something that's going to pay you back substantially, right? But I definitely love kind of what I'm hearing out of you guys. This is definitely some cool stuff.
Thank you.
I thought this was sponsored by Citadel Securities. That's what Kenny was telling me on the plane on my way back Friday. Is
By
that
the way,
not the
have
case?
you, Citadel, have you received Kenny's paycheck? Because I haven't heard from him in like half a year.
No, I have not either. But you know what? I'm still glad that Karen from HR at the Bullhouse was managed to continue to pay me out in my accrued vacation time, my PTO. So I'm just happy the Bullhouse continues to pay me. Kenny,
Yeah.
Kenny, I'm still chasing for a check. And even if he gave me a check,
This is what I walk back into.
Well, yeah, we'll see. What we're trying to figure out, we're trying to ask Karen why Citadel's getting paid, no one else is. So,
you guys just need to negotiate a better deal than I did. I don't know how you guys went astray.
These shill conversations, I mean, I understand how it all came to be, and subreddits were really truly infiltrated and all that, but I find it really frustrating, especially for people to be able to point and say, shill, like it's a witch hunt, and then you have that label, or people are skeptical because there was something that happened. And the way I really feel about this whole shill topic is, it is the individual's responsibility to use their critical thinking skills to determine if this is somebody that they want to listen to and they want to follow. And furthermore, I hope as you guys introduce people to Unusual Whales, like like a really strong mission statement about what's the word I'm looking for? Not trust. It's when you're integrity. Like, we, like kind of like a do no harm oath or something. Like, I mean, if you're really clear that this is the way you're going to operate, and it's always going to be in the best interest of the people that are paying your fees and everything, it's, I don't know. The shill stuff drives me crazy, because I see really good people that I respect being called shills, and it just gets me really fired up. So I'm sorry for anybody who went through that. What a terrible thing.
Oh, we all
I can,
go through it.
Yeah.
I can
I
actually
mean,
explain
some of
a
us on
lot
a
of the
daily
reasoning
basis,
why.
but it's
Well, some of us also pick a name to make sure that we get the shill attacks.
hey, I
Oh
own
yeah,
that name.
this is
Thank you very
scapegoat. This is a
much.
fake persona. Like, they're the shill. They don't even exist.
I've been called a shill numerous times. I know Kenna has.
I've been called a shill. It's like, I've been in here for all of an hour, you guys. Like,
Oh
what?
yeah, actually, radio, because you are so hot, so early on the scene and making friends with all you would be the ultimate target. I'm not gonna lie. I will not lie to you. Um,
Yeah, except for I'm a smooth brain. Like, I mean, especially about like financials, like whatever. I'm good at IT, but but thank you for saying that. I actually
I
think that's flattering. Like, you look like a shill because you're just so smooth. It's like, yeah.
I did want to add
I
on
thought that's
to
why I was
Abraham
here
too.
for the interview.
Oh
I'm
shoot.
sorry, Ken. I thought that's why I was here today, was to detect whether or not she was a shill. I'm not.
Oh,
I'll render my verdict later.
you
I'm just
guys are
kidding.
so
Sorry.
silly. But yeah, Abraham, the other thing with, and anyone listening, so the really cool thing with Bullhouse that I've set up, and I'm actually finishing up the paperwork this week, with how Bullhouse will be run when it does come to monetization, because my ultimate goal is always to help. I have been through the trenches. I've been poor. I 2012 was a very rough year for me, in the sense that, almost losing my home and, my apartment or whatever. I was in college, and it was just a really rough year. And so I don't want people to have to go through that. And so, 30% of whatever Bullhouse makes, I've set it up to where that goes to a charity of anyone's, of our community's choosing, right? So, like, every month or every other month, I'll say, okay, it's time to give to charity. So who are we doing this time? And everyone, will put it to a vote, and that's who we will send, 30% of whatever Bullhouse made that month or every other month, to. So helping each other out. That's what it's about. If there's one thing that we've learned from this year, it's we need to help each other, because nobody else is going to. And I love it. I absolutely love that idea. Oh, Casper.
Kenna, you're amazing. By far not a shill. The shill sensors, they did not detect in your favor, so you're not a shill.
I appreciate that. contrary to what was said in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, like I said, people call me a shill too, and I still get it. Like, I still get messages, when I say that whole, invest in whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be just AMC or just GME, because look, at the end of the day, if you can go to another play, maybe not sell one of these two stocks, but if you can put money in another play and make money, it's still taking money away from the companies that are shorting
Thank
AMC and
you.
GME.
Can you say it louder for the people in the back? Because I've been saying the same damn thing.
Okay, here you go. So last week when AMC and GME ran up, there were 22, and that's just the ones that I personally was tracking. 22 stocks that were moving exactly the same. 22. So why not get in one of these other plays, make money off of it, and then, I'm not saying you have to bring that back to AMC or GME. I know a lot of people who have. I don't even invest in GME, honestly. I don't. But last week I put call options on GME and they went up 5,400%. Where do you think that money's going to go to? It's going to go into AMC.
Yep, I have some option plays that I'm very proud of with Meta, and that money is either going to go into my Meta to lower that cost average or into AMC or GME. And that's playing the game. It's what we've been learning all these last 9 months is to play the game, and we are playing the game while still holding our stocks.
100%. That's and I'm not trying to boost myself or like my
Do
space or
it.
whatever, but I do host a space for pre-market every day. I figure since I'm going to be awake, since I am a full-time trader, I might as well do a space while I'm at it. And a lot of people have told me that they like coming in there because it's chill, it's laid back, there's no drama. If people start talking over each other, I shut that shit down immediately. Like, I mute everyone and be like, look, we're adults, be respectful. If you're not going to be respectful, get out.
I mean, until you
Like,
start putting ketchup on steak, that's just.
Oh, that was not me. That's FUD. That is, for anyone listening, that is pure FUD. It never
I
happened.
know.
Would never put.
I was just about to say,
I
like,
never put ketchup.
if you're gonna be like screaming in the mornings and you're as chill as you are here, hit me up. I retweet, but man, ketchup on steak, I'm gonna have to block you, man.
Nope. It's all FUD. It's all FUD. Look, I would never put ketchup on a regular steak. So I was cooking Wagyu steaks in the morning, like steak and eggs, and it was Wagyu steak. And someone, I think it was McBeastie, he said something about me putting ketchup on it, and it's taken a life of its own. It's ridiculous.
I mean, and we will put this out there. Your ketchup on steak is kind of like Lady and these watermelons. If someone can fill me in on these watermelon things with Lady, I would love to hear it because I kind of know about the bet, um, but I'm not
Well,
fully involved.
it was in Super Stonk. I think nobody answered my question because they probably didn't want to or she didn't want to. But it was a user Hold Rush. I think made a bet like the banana guy. Which wait, is banana guy in Twitter? Is he on Twitter? Is that Rick?
That's Rick of Spades.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, somebody made that bet, and if they're talking about the watermelons, then she must be Hold Rush. So, is she on this call? I'm scared now.
No, that's not her name on
It's not.
Reddit.
Oh,
No,
It's
no,
someone else.
that's someone else.
Hey,
Citadel.
Citadel Air has, yeah, he has his hand up, and I know he's busy flying Kenny back and forth from Africa, so he probably needs to get his hand back on the
all right.
steering wheel.
Then I'm out of the loop. Then I don't know.
I was just concerned because I'm coming into this late. All I heard was Wagyu and ketchup, and the two shall meet. I must have missed something interesting.
See, exactly. They will never meet ever, 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 ever in a million freaking years.
And
Look, you don't season Wagyu at all. You don't. You let it cook in its own juices. It's amazing.
Yeah,
You don't
100%.
season it at all.
Well, and I say this as someone that worked at like Longhorn for a few years. If you make your steak proper, you don't even need like A1 or anything. Like I would die every time someone was like, "Oh yeah, bring me the Heinz 57," and I'm like, "You're gonna do what on what?" That
Yes,
you don't need it.
I literally
You don't
also
need it.
worked at Longhorn like 5-6 years ago, and I was on the grill, and that's literally what they would say. Like, you don't need shit on that steak if you cook it right.
Oh, you don't like it. Oh man,
Have you ever seen the steak chart, Kenna, for like how to cook
oh
it the
yeah,
different
well yeah,
ways, like going all the way from blue until
hmm
well. I had one of those, but it was kind of a joke one. When I used to work at this little place I helped open in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, which I believe I sent you a picture of the shirt.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Was
you
that
did.
not you? Okay. So I helped open this place in Jacksonville, Florida, and like in front of everyone, because it was an open wall, like everyone could see me cook. So it had a steak chart, and it went from blue, which if you don't know, blue is like literally on the grill for 2 seconds on each side, and then like on a plate. It's still cold and all that stuff. But then it went down to well. And so like anything past well, it said, just get chicken, you steak hating bastard.
Yep. Yep. I mean, medium rare. Medium rare is the way to go every time. Unless you really like meat, the rare. Like my aunt eats rare, and I'm sorry, I can't do a flip done. I've tried it, but anything past like medium rare, you're just killing it at that point. It's my stepdad is a very charcoal done steak person. We're like, you're killing it. So no, I understand that. And yes, guys, I already know it's dead. I know it's dead.
When it comes to steak, it's just a Hank Hill method. If somebody asks for everything up to medium, it's okay. After that, you just politely ask them to fuck off and leave.
I love it.
Does it involve
I
propane and
literally I just
propane-related
became the
accessories?
I just became the GM of a restaurant like a year ago, and the first thing I did was I installed an Ethereum mining rig in the attic.
That's
So
awesome.
it just like mines cryptocurrency upstairs and no one knows. And they're
Nerd
like,
No, now
Abe,
alert.
they do.
they're like,
Nerd
Abe,
alert.
check out the P&L. Why is the electricity so high? I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll start shutting off the equipment, you know, periodically just to make sure we're saving.
Citadel,
That's fucking hysterical.
Citadel, do you have something to say?
No, I was just wondering if we were going to delve into propane and propane-related accessories at some point, but until that point, I'll remain silent.
I mean, we might have to touch on it here soon, with, everything going on in the Middle East and, gas prices. We might have to touch on the subject eventually. So I'm going to need people's best Hank Hill impressions here soon.
I tell you what.
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh boy. I'm in so much trouble for saying that. But yeah, so I think with that, oh, did you make me? I see your hand.
I was just gonna ask Sid Air. So man, what have these runs to and from Africa been all about with old Kenny boy?
To be frank, I landed. I was overseas for a majority of the time that I was gone. It was rather sudden and unexpected. My colleagues and I got called. So when I came back, Kenneth sent me some of the stuff which I briefly reviewed, and some of it didn't. Like I was reviewing the ADSB data that someone was posting, and I previously called, I think, that person out on Reddit by saying it's wildly inaccurate and unreliable. And it was also irresponsible for them to be posting certain parts of the content because I have a tacit agreement with Kenny's attorneys and Citadel attorneys where I will not release certain sensitive information due to privacy and security reasons. So that's why everything that I was publishing was redacted in terms of certain information. I'd also like to put out there that there are two jets. One is his for business and personal use, and the other one was being utilized by the wife and children. So that being said, the postings that I saw, I didn't see a date or timestamp, so I'm not sure if that's from actually 2021. Those same flights took place in 2020. I remember there was some discussion a couple of months ago where I got tagged from Rensole asking me if there's any truth to some of this flight data because they said Kenny was in Monaco or somewhere in Western Europe, and I pulled flight data, and I was like, no, he hasn't been out of the country prior to since X date, and I pulled those flight logs, and I mean, I think I published them, or maybe I can go back and look. I still have them, but it looked to me just on a cursory overview that if it is indeed 2021 flight data, and of course, when you're flying over the middle of Africa, you lose a majority of radar. passive, active. Passive is more of the ADS-B, which relies on, people setting up little rigs to capture data, and I can tell you that they don't exist where the plane was in the direction the plane was headed. But if it is indeed 2021 data, it looks to me like it's a repeat of the 2020 and 2019 trips, at least a bunch of the legs. And I could not, maybe it's a vacation thing. I believe it's around the same time of year. I could be mistaken, but I have to go back and fact check. But it was around this time, either last year or 2019, that he followed a very similar flight pattern. And I could not find any definitive links to like Citadel Securities Johannesburg, or some of the other countries he visited. Some of the stops necessitated were for refueling purposes because they were there. I don't know, under some cases under 16, 20 hours. There's a mandatory rest period. Once the flight crew hits 16 hours. So I mean, granted, it was in Monaco, and there was one in Switzerland too. So one can make the argument that they were, doing some nefarious thing with banking, but who actually knows? But I will dig into it. I told Ken I would dig into it today or first thing Monday, just to review and see if it's the same. If it is 2021 data, A, B, I can vet and verify it, and see if it corresponds to the similar travel pattern, the annual Africa pilgrimage, we'll call it, and then maybe a more wrinkled brain ape will be able to draw some connections to possible affiliations or associations with any advisory or financial services that are 6 degrees removed from SITSEC or any of their holding 500 different holding companies. But I could not directly find any evidence that suggested that Citadel proper advisory, securities, etc. was operating in Johannesburg or a couple of the other spots that the plane stopped at for a little bit longer duration than a refuel. But there are not a zillion, but there are a lot of holding companies, as we all know. And maybe someone can drill down into that, but like I said, I couldn't find anything that directly correlated or tied back to. There was only some tangential things which were abstract and circumstantial and wouldn't hold up. So that is the long-winded response, because I covered a couple of different things. But does that make sense? And did I answer what you're looking at? I mean, I'll have more to push out probably either tonight or by Monday, once I play catch up.
Yeah, you did. This is off topic and just a question for you, not really for anyone else. Were you handing out pineapples, or?
Is there a significance to pineapples?
Yeah, that answers my question. Yeah,
Radio,
thank you.
what's going on? You had a question? Radio. Oh, she disconnected. Is it Matten? I'm not sure how to say your name. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got you, kind of.
Okay. Matten, are you up? I don't know. Maybe we're just having a little bit of difficulties. So I will say we will probably call it a day on that. I do really appreciate everyone that came in and wanted to share your NFT stuff. I am going to be dedicating one day a week, because I seem to think we are going to be doing a podcast every day now. There seems to be a need for it, to cover all the different topics that we like to cover, since we are broad market. And I love it. I love that we get to cover all the different topics. And so I will be posting up a schedule sometime tonight, and it'll be a baseline schedule from here on out, just so you guys can know which days to tune in, and where we'll kind of on the day of I'll kind of say, okay, we're either going to be in Discord this day or we're going to be on Twitter Space, just to kind of help balance it out a little bit. Because my phone will probably start waving the white flag eventually with all these Twitter Spaces. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming in, and I really appreciate you, Rensole, coming in and hanging out with us today, and for the amazing offer from Unusual Whales. I'm elated. I'm
Thank you for having me and us and promoting it and helping us, and we can hopefully do the same for you guys. And I just want everybody to know, if you go to Reddit r/unusual_whales, you can basically discuss everything there, from normal stock market, options, NFT, crypto, everything goes there.
Yep.
So everybody's welcome.
I love it. And Rensole, you are more than welcome. I would love a takeover sometime. We had a Poopsie Gang takeover that went interestingly.
I have no background,
It
but it
was really
sounds disgusting.
It was really shitty.
Okay. Before I have to mark, we're not gonna go there today. It was, you'll have to go watch it. It was Friday night's podcast, so it was a good laugh, to say the least. We were all in tears laughing. But no, if I would love a takeover sometime with like some of the Unusual Whales people. I'll host it, but you guys go and talk about what you need to. I think that would be pretty epic.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the team would actually really enjoy that.
Heck yeah, we'll get that planned. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, but yeah, so tomorrow, Monday, we have GME. Nope, I'm lying. It is crypto tomorrow, because guys, we've been live like every day for 2 weeks, so my brain is shot at this point. Yeah, tomorrow is crypto. Tuesday is gonna be GME only. And Wednesday, I think we're back to crypto, and then we'll figure out from there. Thursday, Philip is back on, but we will finish it up with radio. What is your final thought?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got booted. And actually, maybe we could spend 5 minutes on Polygon. I was gonna say either I'll do like a Twitter post on Polygon, or maybe I can just talk for 5 minutes. So Polygon is a DApp on the Ethereum blockchain, and it's gonna be a really good like interim scaling solution for Ethereum and the high gas fees. So once you figure out how to use it and integrate it with MetaMask and all that, you can. It's got a lot of really good features, and it's a side chain, so you can handle transactions off chain and then commit to the chain. So that would be a really good one to cover, because I feel like it's kind of like a sleeper car right now. It's got a really huge use case out there, and then just people are just scared to get into it. So
That's
Polygon,
that's a
Maddox,
crypto.
Yeah, I 100% second that.
It's
Okay.
a DApp. Yep. Oh, and then last thing, Drew making me crazy. I apologize for that bad tag. I was my second day on Twitter, so you didn't respond when I apologized, and I had attitude. But there you go, publicly.
I'm not sure what post you're speaking of, to be honest.
Well, good.
Yeah, I usually ignore, like, I don't get in, anyone knows, like, I don't get into the drama. I don't pick sides, like, in that there's been a few things that have happened on the whole Twitter sphere that, like, I don't get involved in. I won't pick sides. I do me. Like, I have a good time.
Well, if you
Whenever
don't
somebody
remember,
asks a
then
question,
we're all good. Pretend I didn't say
yeah,
anything.
yeah, I'm fine with
All right,
that.
thank you. That's all. Yeah, Polygon. Yeah, Ken, I'll try to make a little agenda, just a 5-minute thing.
For sure. That sounds awesome.
Cool.
Polygon's also a way that you can mint things, and the fees are significantly
Yep.
less than the
Yeah,
Ethereum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hambone actually just did it on Algo, and he paid like 3 cents to mint something, do his for NFT. Yesterday he did it all live and everything, so it's pretty cool to see. And actually, we just had Douglas Varney followed along with Hambone and did his own NFT, so that is amazing. That's what I love to see. Yeah, Hambone is actually dancing in the kitchen right now, celebrating that happened. So it's very cool. This is why I love what I do. And that's why I'm gonna keep doing it, guys. I'm not going anywhere.
There must be a glitch in my account. Everyone's talking about fees to mint something. I have not gotten charged a single fee to mint anything. I don't know if it's a glitch or
I
what.
wouldn't say anything if you're not
What are you
getting
using?
charged.
It's probably.
Uh,
Have you completed a transaction, or like, is your stuff still open for bid? Because it's gonna. Yeah, the gas fees will
I've
get you at
completed a
some
few
point.
transactions.
Huh?
I've completed a few.
Oh,
Like I've transferred Ethereum to my MetaMask and OpenSea wallets, and I haven't got hit with any charges at all.
you might
Not
be
even any
lucky. You
pending
might have
ones.
caught it at a low gas fee time. Sometimes you can catch it, and it's negligible. But yeah, you might just be lucky because they're pretty intense.
Oh yeah, I know. I was trying to buy the NFT that is actually attached to my avatar up here, and I was gonna pay $100 for him. I told him to set the price for 100 in Ethereum, and then we ended up going a different route because the gas fees were $86, and I'm like, look, man, I'm sorry. I said I'd pay 100, but I'm not paying another 86 in just gas fees. That's insane.
Hey, just to touch on a little bit of Radar's point on Polygon. So I've been invested in Polygon since it was under 30 cents, and it's incredible use case that you've touched on in terms of the layer 2 on making it a side chain from Ethereum so
Yeah.
that it's compatible and it can do everything it's supposed to do as well as assist Ethereum and that whole platform that it covers. But the other huge case for it is it's already embedding itself in video games, it's embedding itself in DeFi, and it's embedding itself in platforms like you already see, OpenSea.
Yeah.
And the market cap is only about 15 billion. And right now, if you were to compare it to things like, obviously Ethereum, which has like a $400 billion market cap, but things like Doge or XRP or ADA, which have over a 50 to $80 billion market cap, we're calling, Matic a very cheap, under the radar option that has really great potential.
Yep. Straight sleeper car. It's true. It is true.
Yeah, we'll definitely cover it. I really want to know more. Citadel, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I'm just happy that Canva minted something on Algo, so I'm staking a bunch of Algo, so I'm very appreciative. So please send him my regards.
I will.
And my other question was, Abraham, what was what was the ticker on the other the other one you just mentioned?
Matic.
Thank you much.
All right. Well, Rensole, it's been real. I've really enjoyed hanging out with you today, and I'm glad we could actually do it at a normal time for you. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks. At least this time it's not 2 to 3 a.m. for me, so that's a huge win.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask you. I was like, "What time's good?" Because I'm pretty free today. um, Citadel Air, It makes me so happy that you're home and back at it with me. It's been pretty awesome.
I'm very happy to be home. I'm very happy to be home and be here as life is returning to normal. So
As normal as it can be.
it's a hell of a lot more normal here than it was where I was. So I'll take this any day. And but for sure.
Okay. But yeah, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. I will see you tomorrow with Crypto Radio. Send me that stuff over and we will cover it tomorrow. All right.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Adios.